Hello, and welcome to the Kennel Connection training video on the boarding occupancy settings. In this video, we'll be looking at the settings that affect how Kennel Connection tracks and records pet occupancy in the boarding schedule. These settings will affect the occupancy totals found at the bottom of the boarding schedule, as well as boarding occupancy reports. To access these boarding occupancy settings, we're going to go to the File tab at the top of Kennel Connection, then to Setup and System Options. In the System Options section, we're going to select the Boarding tab and go down to the bottom of the Boarding tab Options section, where we'll find the occupancy settings separated by two horizontal lines. These settings control which runs will be designated as occupied and which pets will be counted as occupants on the schedule or when running the occupancy reports. There are three settings in this section: count pets that have checked out in occupancy totals, count pets that have checked in only in occupancy totals, and including count pets going home either at any time or if time is after a certain time of the day. The first one, count pets that have checked out in occupancy totals, when checked, will tell Kennel Connection that pets that have been checked out are still counted as occupants in the program. If it is unchecked, any pets that are checked out on the schedule will not show in occupancy reports or in the occupancy totals. If you are using occupancy totals in Kennel Connection to track past performance of boarding runs, you will want to leave this option checked so pets that have been checked out still show in your occupancy totals. The second option, count pets that have checked in only in occupancy totals, when checked, will not include pets in your occupancy totals if they have not been checked in yet. If you are depending on occupancy numbers to plan on future reservations on your schedule, you will want to leave this option unchecked. The last option, including count pets going home at any time or after a certain time of the day, when checked, will count pets that are scheduled to depart on a current day in your occupancy totals. If you are using your occupancy totals to track current availability only, you can uncheck this option or check it and select a certain time. So if the pet is scheduled to leave after a certain time, it's not counted in your occupancy totals. For most Kennel Connection users who use occupancy totals to track past, present, and future occupancy numbers, we recommend setting the board settings as displayed, with the top option checked, count pets that have checked out in occupancy totals, and the bottom option checked, include in count pets going home, and selecting at any time. This will result in all pets on the schedule showing as occupants and all occupied runs showing as occupied. To demonstrate, with these settings now, if we go to the boarding schedule, you'll notice at the bottom that I have 9 dog runs filled and a total number of 12 dogs and 2 cats. The reason my dogs number and cats number combined is higher than my dog runs is that I have pets sharing runs, and I have some runs with departures and arrivals scheduled on the same day. In the case of Run 1, I have 3 pets in Run 1 departing today that have not checked out yet, and I have 1 pet in Run 1 coming in today. Now if we go back to the system options and we select the option to count pets that have checked in only in occupancy totals, we'll apply that, hit OK to get out of system options, and refresh our schedule. You'll now notice that my dog runs occupied shows only as 5, and my total number of dogs at 8. This is because I have pets arriving today, 4 to be exact, that have not checked in yet. If I go ahead and check one of these pets in now, we'll see that my numbers have increased by 1. Now I'm going to check out some pets. So I have 3 pets now checked out on the schedule. If we go back to our system options again and remove the top option, count pets that have checked out in occupancy totals, and we refresh my schedule, we'll notice that my cat's number has changed to 0, and my dog's number has decreased to 8. If you are using Kennel Connection and you are checking your dog runs, cat runs, dogs, and cats' occupancy totals at the bottom of the schedule, and you feel that the numbers aren't representing your current occupancy, you might want to check your system option settings and adjust the occupancy settings to see if that changes the occupancy total showing to a point where they reflect the occupancies as you expect them to appear. On top of those 3 options, you'll also want to keep in mind the fact that multiple pets in the same run will cause your dogs and dog runs to have different numbers, as will runs where a pet is departing and another pet is arriving on the same day. Also keep this in mind when running your occupancy reports for boarding. If you run your occupancy report and find that it shows days in the past with 0 occupancies, you will most likely want to go into your system options and make sure that the top option, count pets that have checked out in occupancy totals, is selected. If you haven't played with these settings before, or you're just starting with Kennel Connection, I highly recommend starting with this default setting of the top and bottom one checked and at any time selected, and then from there adjust it accordingly based on how you want occupancies to appear. If you have additional questions regarding occupancy settings in Kennel Connection for the boarding module, please feel free to contact the training department at Blue Crystal Software directly. You can do so by emailing training@bluecrystalsoftware.com, or you can call 888-486-4343, extension 307. Also, please be sure to check out our other training videos on our YouTube Kennel Connection channel.